Alright, does anyone wish to give a recap of the previous session that happened last decade?
I
I mean,
would, but I can't remember anything.
it's a pretty quick recap because we were basically at the wagons. So there was like, we came across the wagons that were wrecked. We had a look around at the dead lizard bodies and the dead dude that was there. We searched the Volda. We found the chick turned up. She couldn't speak to us. We waited a day so we could get comprehend languages. Then we sort of communicated with her mediocrely. She said that she was cursed and had to go to the forest every now and again to see the master of the forest. So we decided that we would go with her to the forest while she did that. We've taken her to the forest, and she is in there communing while we were on the edge of the forest. We saw sprites who complained that we didn't bother to pick up from the witches their dead kin. And we saw like a, I don't know, tree guardian thing that was also in the forest. And the sprites were like, you need to go get those people back. To which we were like, how would we do that? The witch will kill us. Was anything that I just said unclear?
I mean, we don't. I mean,
No.
we don't have to actually do anything about them.
Oh, we don't have to. They were just like, you should.
Well, they asked if we knew where they were.
Yeah.
Which we did.
And they did say return them to us. Return them to us.
Alright, that's
If we knew where they were.
That's pretty much most of what happened in a very concise way. You missed a couple of things. So one of the things you missed was that you also had a chat to this lovely fellow.
Was that the random dude we met on Who?
Fan?
He wanted us to hurry up, and get to our two old friends.
He wants us
Oh,
to
yeah.
find the mistress of the brothers, mistress of the lantern,
Sybil,
Yeah.
in the Grove of Icicles.
the Grove of Icicles. Yes. So what I'll do is I'll chuck you guys onto the Valley of the Obelisks map. So you are over about here. And Grove of Icicles is up there. He said that he worked for the same... He had the same mistress, which was the one who Braden and Sebastian mentioned, called herself Elise the Silence, Sybil of the Lantern Bearer. But you are currently at the Laughing Woods.
And busy doing something else.
Yep. The sprites and the Darkwood Dryad, or the creature which was called a Darkwood Dryad on the picture, basically forced Lenza out by way of, I guess, common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that is basically where we left it. The creature still looms in the shadowy shadows of the eaves of the woods, but it doesn't seem to approach you. It doesn't seem to do anything threatening other than its presence being there, and you can still see the dryads flitting, or not the dryads, the sprites flitting through the woods, laughing.
Yeah, it was a bit creepy. Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. Just wait out here.
Yeah. Very not my idea of fun.
You were here because Lady Phileas entered the woods.
And we're still waiting for her.
Yep. She said it could take days. You've been here for hours.
Critical just reloaded. Interesting. Okay.
Hang on a second.
Alright.
Yep. Alright, so, what are your plans? Are you waiting here? Are you leaving Lady Phileas to her curse / doom / whatever? Are you going to head south to Kel's Rise and hang around down there or find Fiard or go back to Sumberton or, become monks?
I think we should
Probably
continue
not
hanging
monks.
around here. Maybe look for more lizard sign. And maybe train up our minions.
I was gonna say
Sounds good.
we can set this area as like a base camp and then just spread out from here. How long would it be? Grail? How long would it be from where we are to like Kel's Rise? Would that be a couple of day trip or 1 day trip or?
Okay, let's have a look. So it is about 25 miles cross country, so you're looking at maybe 2 and a bit days.
Mm-hmm. It's probably not good to go down there while we're hanging around here, but
So we're waiting for Lady Ophelius to go into the woods and find someone, wasn't it?
she apparently, from what we told her, she's basically had this the power in the woods has either like cursed or has a hold on her family for ages, and she has to continue to go back into the woods every so often to keep that going, I guess, or to renew it. It's like a
That's right.
subscription service.
Some
Yep.
sort of curse or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, apparently she must return or her bloodline will become sterile.
That's right, it's a geese or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was speaking in, you believe, Dark Fae, which is the language of the fallen elves, which are corrupted and debased, and all elves despise, hate, etc., and fear them. Dark, ominous creatures that they have become.
Fair.
Did she say she needed an escort back to Donduran?
She didn't.
She didn't really want or ask for help whatsoever. We just kind of tagged along.
Yes, you also have the dog Rasputin and the animal handler Amrian with you.
Yeah, so we could abandon them, I guess, but seems like not a great plan.
That would be a bit of a dick move.
He was her escort, wasn't he?
No,
No.
we grabbed him. Her escort
Yeah.
died, the wagon driver. He was the
Yeah,
body we found with
Duras.
the wagon.
Yep, Mr. Warris.
And I also point out we have seen no sign of this other
Monster?
servant, this Ellie or something.
No. She was a girl. No, you have seen no sign of her.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we could try look for her.
Yeah,
while we're hanging around,
by the
yeah.
lizards.
Okay, that's fine. You can start searching around. Just a reminder that... Can you see this ping? Yes, cool. That's from my laptop. Alright, so this around about here was where the... Let me draw a little shape. I'll make it green. Did that come on? There. About there was where you found the wagon.
Yep.
So it was some way away from where you currently are, about a day's travel.
Like that far, like from there to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You
How do I undo that?
You delete it, select it, and delete it. Because you drew a shape, didn't you?
Yeah.
Can you manage that? Is it letting you?
Yeah. That's
Yep.
fine.
Cool.
That's all good.
Cool. So you can start searching around the eaves of the Laughing Woods. You find no indication that there is or has been a girl pass by here at any stage. It takes you a little bit of time. You can go up and down within sight until dusk begins to fall if you so choose, but no, you will find you'll have no luck.
I'm going to have my minion train, and then maybe sharpen stakes.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything in particular? The dwarf, Theda he'll be grumbling a lot, talking about crazy woodland beasts and magic, and doesn't appear to be at all happy.
Excellent.
And he will also sharpen stakes, grumbling as he does so, looking at the woods menacingly and also fearfully.
I might cast Detect Evil, just for shits and giggles.
And where are you where are you scanning?
Just around the woods and general vicinity. I think it lasts for an hour, doesn't it?
I believe so. Do you have the book in front of you? The rules? Let me grab my book. Hang on a second.
Not quite.
That's okay. Let me grab mine.
I'm gonna train up my minion as much as I can train that guy.
Yep.
All right. Training minions. You clearly need some bananas. Spells. That went over everyone's head, did it?
I can make an educated guess.
Don't worry, my son really loves, or did love, Despicable Me and Minions. Thought he was a minion at one stage.
Oh no.
He was little.
6 turns.
It is.
120 feet.
Alright, you scan around. How close up to the edge of the woods are you going to go when you are using this?
Within 120 feet. I'll go up to sort of the edge of the forest, assuming there's a distinct edge.
Well, you can go to the first line of trees.
Yeah.
The canopy is all kind of meshed together and casting long and ominous looking shadows within. So yes, there is kind of a fairly distinct edge to this woods. So if you want to go right up to the edge, that will mean that you will go about 120 feet into the woods.
Weren't there like obelisks as well? Sorry.
There were numerous obelisks, only small ones.
Maybe stay on the
keeping in
outside
mind
of
that if I see like an evil aura, I'm not going to keep walking towards it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Are you going into the woods or just on the edge? The reason I'm
Just
asking,
on the edge.
The reason
I'm not going to walk in it.
Yeah, the reason I was asking is because you either get 120 feet range with this spell into the woods, or you get 1 or 2 feet range. Okay, you go into the edge of the woods. That large darkwood dryad creature shows off an evil aura. And every 5th or 6th obelisk has a hint of an evil aura around it. None of your companions give off any evil auras.
That's good.
Not even
I learnt last time.
Not even Rasputin.
Alrighty. We'll go back to camp.
Cool. You believe that when you were casting your gaze into the woods with the Detect Evil spell active, that you would have at the very least caught a couple of the sprites within it, but none of them seem to give off evil auras.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, they're just chaotic.
Yep.
They're just apathetic
something.
towards us.
Yeah. Or neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Lust for gold. Curses.
No, they can be horrifically evil. Just they don't have intent to be mean to me.
Detect Evil
it's just shits and giggles.
Yeah, Detect Evil, the spell in this detects evil intent. So you can be evil but not have an evil intent towards you, and it won't detect.
And you can be good and have evil intent.
Correct. It doesn't detect the alignment evil, it detects an evil intent.
Which was a distinction that screwed me last time.
Yes.
Excellent.
Because the old Caradron switcheroo may have got picked up well early.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Darkwood Dryad and about one of every 5 or 6 of the obelisks that you see detect as evil. So there is evil intent from within. And again, to go back, there are numerous of these obelisks that dot all up and down the edge of these woods, standing roughly between 1 and 5 feet tall, which is quite small for the obelisks, which generally stand like up to 10 or 12 feet tall, most of the ones you see.
The obelisks themselves have evil intent. Interesting.
They do.
That is a real bummer.
I think next time we feel like casting Detect Evil near an obelisk, we should compare. Like one of the ones outside the woods. I'd be curious. Do they have similar markings to the other obelisks we see?
They do. Just smaller. These ones do seem to be covered in a lot of grime and filth, etc., because they are not able to be rained upon, and do not seem to catch much wind either, so anything that does fall upon them probably has rested there for some time. Either that or they've been smeared in the blood of their enemies, who knows.
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Excellent.
Fun. Family friendly.
Everyone's fully healthy at the moment, I take it?
I believe so.
Yes.
Think so.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright then. If no one else has any better ideas, Lenza might. When we were at the spot where we found the destroyed wagon and everything.
Yes.
Did we ever try to track tracks going from there or coming to there? Or were we more worried about the wagon and the lady and all that?
I think we did try. I'm not sure we were terribly successful.
You had a bit of a look around, and yeah, you didn't find anything that would indicate that there was a girl that had left. But again, you did see tracks of more of the lizard folk that were heading back in towards like due east-ish. And the size of them and their clear strength, they could probably have carried off someone without ever having to drag them. So
cool. If we're going to be hanging around here for a couple of days, I suggest we might as well try and find out where they've gone. At least, even if they haven't got the girl, just take care of them because they seem to be not very friendly, regardless.
Yes, I would like to do that, but what do you think? Maybe we should leave Rasputin and maybe Kruber here.
Oh, you're going to leave Krubs?
Well,
possibly Theta.
Wait, who'd you say?
Theta, the dwarven
Theta.
Yes, Theta.
Yeah.
Cool. I thought you said Cedar. I
No.
was like, what? Who is that?
He now has a new nickname. He clearly doesn't like trees, so you're going to troll him.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would probably be good. We could leave. I mean, the whole point of getting Theta is to do exactly this, like to put him in a location. So we leave Kruber, Theta, the dog handler, and Rasputin here,
along with the donkeys.
And we go track down these creatures of doom and take a paddling, and then run away.
All right.
Sounds legit.
Cool.
I guess we do that the day after we spent just bumming around here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd prefer to try and operate out of this camp as a whole rather than just spend. Because it looks like the area that we searched would be within a day's travel, so
yeah, and
if we're moving fast without the donkeys and anything else slowing us down, we could cover a bit more ground.
Yeah, Jaquan's gonna set up a pit trap and put those stakes in the bottom of it
Nice.
while everybody's away.
Jaquan,
what could possibly go on?
Jaquan will also probably test out that said pit trap and find it is highly effective, especially against not so intuitive fighters. I'm just going to take a minute break. I've got to go let my dog out and turn off my aircon. I'll be back in a moment.
No worries.
Same, but for different reasons.
Okay, yeah. If they were heading east from where we found them, it's honestly probably in the Laughing Woods. I'd imagine where they're set up, but maybe there's something in between there that we don't know about. A hill, like a cave or something. Who knows?
Did we see tracks?
Yes, there were, as Grail said, there were lizard. We didn't find any tracks of like humans or anything else, but we did find obvious lizard tracks. So I think I, as Lenzo, could probably find at least something to go along. Hopefully.
Is Grail updating the XP as we go?
Yes. I believe so. Has your XP not changed or something, or?
Oh, I can't remember what it was before.
I'm back.
Ask him yourself.
Yes, ask me yourself.
I don't know. I was just wondering if you've updated the XP.
Yes, I have.
Cool. Hey, before we leave, let's talk to our mercenary buddy and work out some signals if they end up having to move, as in where we're going to have a rendezvous and whether we should put some sort of marker on the tree if he has to leave without us.
Okay, so you start talking to Theta about that, and Jaquan looks at you and is like, "What am I to you, a joke?" Don't answer that.
I mean, Theta's probably smarter than Jaquan, let's be honest.
What's wrong with Jaquan?
He's a dumb fighter.
Yeah, well,
Well, I'm including both of them, but he's not part of the group, so I'm assuming he wouldn't know such things.
Jaquan's intelligence is 13, and
Yeah,
his
wow.
wisdom is 10.
That's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
Theta's intelligence is 13, and his wisdom is 15.
oh no. They're going to become friends while we're away. Complaining about the world and the wrongs that it's done them.
I mean, fair.
Jaquan's charisma is 8, and Theta's charisma is 5.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah, but beer fixes that.
It does.
Vast quantities of beer.
They're going to begin a budding bromance, which could spiral into out of control, and who knows where from here. Love knows no bounds, be it gender, species, or beard.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, if you wish to do that, that is fine. And Theta will say, we'll write a note for you. In the dirt. With rocks.
Except that can probably be easily covered over or changed by someone else. So I was thinking just like a series of notch marks in a tree or something.
I'm not cutting those trees.
Yeah, I would agree there.
Wuss.
No. I'm also with this on that one. Don't touch the forest.
Theta is exercising his wisdom 15 here.
Well, I have wisdom 80.
That's why you're telling him to do it.
Yes.
So yes, Theta will be like, I'm not cutting those trees, but I'll put some rocks or something. Or I will put some rocks down and I'll write on the bottom of one of them.
Yep, that
Sounds like a good idea, that one.
Cool. And if you do have to move, probably head towards, I guess, Kel's Rise. That's closer.
Agreed.
No. Not Kel's Rise. We think that might be a bit overrun. I mean, if the lizard folk are up here.
Yeah, I can dunge around. That's probably still secure.
If it's, it's just a
Depends
long while.
If the lady comes out of the woods and wants to be escorted straight back to Donduran, that would make more sense to start escorting straight back.
If she does want to head back to Donduran.
And we'll just catch up.
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I guess that might be better. I thought we were going to Kel's Rise anyway, just to check it out, see what its status is anyway. But I guess we can do it after if we have to.
There was something weird happen at Girls Rise, wasn't there?
Not weird, just like as I said, it seems to be struggling.
Kel's Rise is not a town, remember? It's more of a fortification. It doesn't really have any residents there. It has a garrison and it has mercenaries to guard against the mountains and what comes out of them.
Yeah.
Probably don't run towards there if you're running from something.
Yeah. And we know not. Yeah. And, according to the, that guy may have already fallen, so,
Any rate, we have a plan now.
Yep.
Go off and hunt down these dudes, and we'll come back here, and if the plan's changed, they'll write it on the bottom of a rock.
Cool.
Well,
Okay.
sounds pretty good.
You can start heading southish with a little bit of easterly direction to Kel's Rise in the next morning. So you did have your watches, which the night before, this current night we've just done, was Minerva plus Cuchulainn, Lenza plus Thadir, Hypatia plus Iran, Jaquan plus Sean, giving you 8 people on across 4 watches.
Yep.
Okay, so
obviously we'll be able to do that with only 5 of us on this one, but
yep. So during that night, other than being disturbed by constant laughing and kind of, whispering, flickering, ghost-like lights from within the laughing woods, you have a good night's sleep.
Well, that's nice.
As best you can.
Awesome.
So on the way to Kel's Rise, there will be 5 of you, I believe. So there'll be 6 of you because you're just leaving behind Thadir and Jaquan. How are you doing your watches?
Are we bringing the hirelings or we're going to leave them there too?
The hirelings,
we should probably bring them along.
The hirelings are Minervas and Hypatias. So they are loyal to those 2, not to the group.
Yeah,
that's what I'm asking you. Do you want to bring them along,
around?
Or just?
Yeah. He's
keep
like
him
a
out?
stray puppy. You can't leave him on his own. He's not housebroken.
Would they slow us down, Grail?
Double
I
for
guess
mine.
is what I'm asking.
They have been brought on to be porters, effectively, and torchbearers. They're not going to slow you down because that's their job.
Cool, awesome. No worries then.
All right, so you'll have 6 people across however many watches you want. I'll let you guys sort out what you want to do.
I guess we can match up the like Minerva and Hypatia can have their hirelings be with them on watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess just me and Sean have one individually.
Early or late, I've got to have 8 hours rest, remember?
I don't need as much sleep, but still, I still need to actually have a rest to get everything to not be. Is there actually a penalty for not sleeping, Grail, or what's the how does that mechanic work?
Yep, I'll start screwing you over with penalties.
Yep, cool, awesome. So yeah, get your sleep or don't, or that happens.
But a spellcaster needs unbroken sleep, is that correct?
No, just that much sleep. So you can, if you want, you can just make it 3 2-hour or 3 watches with 2 on each watch, and just make them longer watches.
I guess that works.
4-hour watches.
All right, so you can then, if you wanted to, you could do Minerva plus Cuchulainn, Lenza plus Sean, Hypatia plus Aaron. That will give you...
Works for me.
Right.
Something like that. That'll be fine. Unless Sean wants to go first or last, just so we have the he can have his unbroken stuff, even though it doesn't matter. But that's what we've done in the past. So.
Yep.
All right. Done.
Cool.
I'll put him as number 3. All right. It may not be important, but we will check.
Better to have it. Anyway,
check as we go.
so
Alright.
so do we want to? How do we want to approach this? Do we want to head back to the spot where the ambush happened and or do we want to head straight directly to Kel's Rise and see what crosses our path on the way there?
You tell us, Hunter.
Yeah, I guess that's my thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we should head back and follow the tracks from the start.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea, honestly. If they're still there, it has been a couple of days, unfortunately.
Your call as a group.
How long would it take just us moving quickly to get back to where the caravan was?
Still a bad day, because you are going across land that is not hard and dense and firmly packed.
Yeah, not a thing.
Plus, you do not have exactly what you would say is laser-guided navigation systems.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's more just of a.
I think the Vardo and the wagon were in that direction. You're going to do a bit of cross-country.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, exactly. We have a map, but that doesn't help us too much.
No, you don't know exactly where it is. You just know roughly where it is. So it might take you a little bit of.
Bit of
You might luck out. You might not. But
Cool.
that's how it'd be. Bad day.
Cool. No worries. I guess we can start there then and go from there. If we find nothing, we can always head to Kel's Rise anyway. So.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Oakley dokley. You will, after a day, find the abandoned Vardo. Which, hey, there we go.
Well, everyone's here.
Everyone's here.
Even the people who shouldn't be.
So, I still have it on draw. Let me get rid of Jaquan. Whee! Bye-bye!
That guy even left a little note for us. The 12-ish lizards that went that way.
Yes. Alright, however, when you get here, there is a few things that are a bit different. I'll just, grab you guys and chuck you up here.
There's an army of lizard people ready to eat us.
No,
Uh-oh.
but
We've still got the one porter on the very bottom of the map.
We know he's not there.
he is there. That's Hypatia's guy.
Well, we know he's next to us then.
Alright, let's get rid of... Let me just go back onto the map and... Whoop! Whoop! Whoop!
Oh.
Oh, something came by and ate everything.
Yes.
Delicious.
Yes, basically, you will... I go back to the tokens layer. Whoop. Okay. You find it. It's not too difficult. You've got a fairly good sense of direction. There's a few of you, two of you of which are hunters by prior trade. It does clearly look like there have been wild beasts that have scavenged here. You'll find bits and pieces and marks and indication that there has been general feasting upon the carcasses. But yeah, they are, for all intents and purposes, gone.
Gone. Yep.
Can we find the tracks?
You can certainly find the tracks of what appear to be numerous wolves and other
I meant the
creatures.
lizard tracks.
They seem to
The
be
tracks of the lizard.
You can move around for a bit, having a bit of a look. They are old, and they have been covered numerous times over by wolves and other creatures. But eventually, you believe you can potentially, if you are lucky, get fortuitous. Each of you who have hunting can roll intelligence check for me, please.
Lovely. That's just like D20 under.
Equal or under your intelligence, yep.
Yep.
Fail.
Also fail.
Alright.
Rip.
It's been a while and there's been too much traffic over here, at least in this general vicinity, for you to find the tracks that you seek. You know the general direction that they headed, but you can't exactly find them.
Find them.
Because we saw the tracks heading off when we were here the first time, didn't we?
Yeah, so we saw them heading towards the towards the west, the east.
East.
But the east is very, very, very general, especially when it's just in the middle of a fucking open land.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can I start making sweeps
Yes,
in
you
a
can.
semicircle towards the east,
Yep, you can.
searching for track?
This will burn more of your time. By the time you
Yeah.
got here, and it's been a day already, you guys can take your rations off. And you're going to need to fill your water skins soon as well. You probably need to camp at this point before you can start doing too many large and sweeping checks for tracks.
Yeah, we can do that, I think. Sounds good. Take off some rations.
Okay.
I guess we can shelter around the 2 wagons.
Yep, you can easily get some shelter in there. It does look like the wagon itself has been pecked over by, or gone over by some scavengers. The Vardo, not so much because it's up off the ground, but clearly you can make your camp. So if you wish to put yourselves where you want to make your camp, do so now.
Well, may as well make it around the Bardo, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No. Gonna continue trying to teach Coqueline in the afternoon some magic. Magic.
Oakley dokley.
Alright. Basic Malay. Try it. Point your stick away from you.
Yes, don't hold the pointy end.
Was there any food around here?
There were.
It's all been,
There
It's all-
was.
There was some
it's all
food.
been scavenged now.
Most of it has been.
We put a bunch of it in the Bardo, didn't we?
Is there any that hasn't been scavenged?
There's bits and pieces, yeah. You did load up your donkeys with some of it. And there was some on and in the Vardo. The stuff that's on and in the Vardo is what is most freely available. And I just realised I left the goblin on this map.
So you said there's some food in the Vardo.
Yes,
Yep.
I left that guy on the
Well,
map.
instead of using my rations, or I'm going to top my rations back up with the food that's in the Vardo.
Let me delete that guy. He's not needed. Right. Okay.
Is there enough food in the Vardo to top up our rations?
Yes. You will have to probably cook
I
it
doubt
though,
it'd be
which
fresh. Yeah.
you'll have to cook it. It was fresh food, so
You
you'll
got like
need
herbs and stuff.
herbs and potatoes and onions and stuff like that. You're not going to get much out of it by eating
But-
raw potatoes.
Yeah, I understand. I've got to cook it,
Have
but
a cook it, have a fire or whatever else. We're not close to the woods now, so I'm a lot more easy.
Yep.
Right. So there's a fire for you.
Woo. Squiggly lines.
Yep. All right. So at night, over your watches, nothing happens out of the ordinary. You hear howls of wolves off in the distance, but that's not unusual in the valley. You do see some large birds or bats flying overhead as dusk begins to settle. They're fairly high up and out of reach, but they seem to be flying to a westerly direction. But other than that, the night passes
Is
without
that
too much
towards
event.
Dold's?
No, that's more towards I guess the Dondoran is in a westerly direction, but is also a bit southerly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, they're just flying over. There's like a flock of them, maybe about 20 or 30 of them, fairly up high. Largish birds. They'd be, maybe 4 or 5 feet wingspan,
So probably carrion birds
possibly.
or really large predators.
or just big bats or something like that out for their midnight snack. But Dawn will...
Well, breakfast, really.
Yes. Dawn will come around. Your fire embers are mostly gone. You can prep your spells and do your thing.
How decayed was the food in the wagons?
Not terribly so.
Okay.
No, not enough that you're going to completely thumb your nose at it. You're adventurers. You'd probably eat it whilst it had enough mould on it to sing show tunes.
Yes, but I can purify it if I spend a level 1 spell.
Ah, well, it's up to you. Do you feel like it's necessary, or are you happy to eat slightly decayed food, but still okay? It's up to you. I'm not going
Nah,
to...
seems alright.
Cool. I'm not going to penalise you for eating it.
I'll wait a couple more days.
Alright, so what's your plan now? Are you going to do your sweeps?
Yep, I guess that's the best way forward. Just try and see if we can pick up anything important.
Alright,
Slowly heading east.
both of you can make another 2 intelligence checks for me, please, as you are sweeping the area. Hits AC.
And both those are passes too, under my 10.
Cool. Alright, you pick up what you believe is the telltale signs of large bipedal creatures with tails moving in an easterly direction. Old, but, serviceable trails enough. They're large, heavy creatures that don't seem to be moving in any stealthy mode. Either they're completely arrogant or, don't even consider it. You can find the tracks, you can follow them.
Excellent.
Alright, let's hoof it and hope that they're more weighed down than we are.
Alright, you begin to hoof it. Let me take you back to a gentler time. Oops, select, damn you, select. Okay. So, they are heading in an easterly with a slight bent to a southerly direction. You would assume it's probably, probably an east-southeast direction. The tracks, aren't particularly once you pick them up, aren't particularly hard to follow. You do think that there were probably about a dozen or so of these creatures in there. You see no sign that there are any creatures other than them that you're following. As they get down towards the edge of the Laughing Woods, the day will begin to draw long. Dusk will begin to settle. But you do notice that a couple of the tracks seem to continue heading in that direction. Let me just grab the draw polygon line. So a couple of them were heading in that direction, but most seem to be heading in that direction.
So most are heading towards Kel's Rise, but some are heading, I don't know, back to their way through the mountains, maybe? What do we want to do? Shall we follow the couple? Because they're easier.
I mean, we know where Kel's Rise is, so that should be too hard to find again. If we can try to follow the ones that are splitting off, probably might be the best way.
You estimate
Those
maybe...
wagons were supply wagons for Kel's Rise, weren't they?
No, neither were necessarily a supply wagon. One was a Vardo, which is like a gypsy caravan, and that was the case.
Yeah, but the other one.
The other one was just a
was
wagon.
full of foods.
Was it a supply for Kel's Rise? You had no knowledge of that. That was an assumption that you made, but it was, out in the middle of the plains, which is, there's no reason why it would be out there, especially if it was a supply wagon, unless it was somehow led away from the road. No guarantee. saying that, the group that are continuing to head towards the mountains, you believe is 2, maybe 3, and the other 9 or 10 are heading in a more southerly direction. It's up to you what you do, but it is getting late.
Well, let's vote. Shall we? On which way we go?
Sure.
I mean, I think we should follow the ones going towards the mountains. No, again, we know where Kel's Rise is. It seems like something bad's
Well, what
happened
does
there.
the other
So
hunter have to say? Because I'm happy following the hunter's direction. So, what's the other hunter say? Who is the tracker?
You have
I know we know that they're...
Sean and Lenza are the 2 hunters.
Oh, okay, cool.
I know the track's heading south, look like they're going to Kel's Rise, but might it not be good to find out what's going on there, since that's the outpost preventing the invasion of these creatures?
I mean, but the thing is, Kel's Rise is always going to be in the same spot. If we don't follow these guys heading east or more east now, we're probably going to lose them.
Well, that's true.
Thinking that's been a few days, so who knows?
Do we still have Al?
Yep.
Cool.
I'm thinking we follow the group, the small group heading away from Kel's Rise.
Cool.
Like I said, I don't mind. But yeah, sure.
We probably shouldn't go into the mountains, but if we can catch up to them or at least find some evidence of where they're going before we hit them, that'd be great. If not, we can always just swing around south and head to Kel's Rise.
We are like 4 days or 3 days behind them.
Yeah. I mean, we can try tracking them to the light of the lantern if we want.
These creatures, they have very long strides, namely because they're large, and they seem to be almost tireless. You believe you have seen a sign where they camped, but they probably went 1.5 times the distance that you would have managed to go if you were pushing it.
Cool.
Oh, that's a bummer. Is this summer?
It's a springish.
Springish. Okay. Thought we maybe could catch them by moving at night, but yeah.
Either way, you will need to make camp shortly. You can choose either direction. It's up to you. Or you can camp here and think on it tonight.
Oh, well, I think the general consensus was to head east, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, two people thought that was a good idea. One person's ambivalent, and it was only you, Sean, so...
Yep.
Yep. No, we'll head east.
That's democracy. Let's do it.
All right.
Cool.
We'll follow them as much as the light allows, and camp.
Sure. You'll push on for another hour or so. The shadows will have descended down across the mountains, and you'll be cast into fairly thick and lengthening darkness. But as you set camp, that's all right. You don't need to have anything fancy. All right. That night.
Take up some more rations.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That night. Cool. Alright. Again, other than, strange, large birds that seem to fly over you as dusk is really lengthening, a few animal sounds off in the distance, you think you smell about, probably halfway through the night, you think you smell ash and smoke on the air, but only very faintly.
Oh, good.
It
Or you don't
seems
see a glow coming from the south or anything like
no,
that.
no. The wind is coming down off the mountains. It has a slight, very faint, sulphurous hint to it.
Oh.
Okay.
But other than that, again, the night seems to pass without too much event. You are not attacked, waylaid, or anything, and you can have a mostly decent night's rest. In the morning, the smell has mostly gone. Either that, or you've become completely used to it by now.
Lovely.
Weird.
I guess we'll keep heading as quick as possible, just so we don't lag too far behind or any further behind than we already are.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You will notice as you are breaking camp that there is a small layer of ash on all of your gear and yourselves. Very faint, almost imperceptible, nice fine white ash.
Lovely. That's probably not a good sign.
Alright, you can break camp and you can head on. You will reach the foothills of the mountains by an hour or two after midday, going at a fair clip. The mountains rear up ahead of you. They look to be very, very rough going, jagged. There's no or few paths through them, and certainly not paths that you would know, not being from around here, and mostly hidden. The foothills are very similar, rocky, hard underfoot. You know, it's probably a good thing that you didn't bring the donkeys, because you do find that many times the foothills end up being nothing but slides of scree and loose shale that you will find very difficult to traverse in a safe manner. But you do manage to push further on. You are losing sign of any tracks as you head into the
Just because it's rougher ground?
It's rougher, harder ground,
because
plus, you know, there is a lot of scree around, so anything that any tracks they may have left will become covered. So at this point, I'll get you both to roll an intelligence check one more time for me, please.
Yep.
You can have -1 on the roll for each of you, or -1 on your intelligence stat.
So 9 for me. Okay, so I have nowhere near.
But Sean, I
I
believe,
pass.
keeps it. All right. You believe that you have got a sight of the tracks still, and they wend their way in a fairly innocuous but confusing manner through the foothills. And following them, you find that you go north a bit, then east, and then south, and then north. It seems to be almost, you know, random and chaotic in its meandering path, but not more than an hour or two into it, you realise that it is avoiding the majority of the loose scree. It is avoiding any of the potential pitfalls that you would come across if you were trying to, you know, just wander aimlessly through here.
So it's directed.
Yeah, it seems to be there's an intelligence behind it. They are
We
leading.
might want to drop something along the way, just so we can find our way back through this. I don't know if we got anything that can be suitable for that, but
I mean, we can just stick twigs in the ground if we want. They'll last a few days.
Yep, you can do that.
Yep.
A stick.
They seem to be leading in mostly the direction around about here somewhere. That seems to be, like, if you were to guess at the route by which you do wend your way through these foothills, that up in this group of mountains up here would be the final destination, or at least part of the destination. Can't be sure because it could, you know, could head in any direction from here, but as once again night begins to fall, that is what you believe.
If there was like a good choke point or something like that, as in, you know, a pass, like proper pass, or something like that, maybe we could cause like an avalanche or something to fill it in, and then just leave. Maybe.
You don't want to keep going any further.
Well, I mean, how many days are we going to walk away from the Laughing Wood?
Yeah, true.
This will
I
be the
mean-
third day away.
Exactly, and it's going to take us at least 2 to get back.
Yeah, that's getting a bit risky.
I'm happy to go like another day or so, but I'm just
Well-
wondering how long we told them to wait for us. How long did we say?
Well, we didn't, but we gave them directions. If they had to leave without us, we'll just head back. And if they're headed back to Donduran,
Then that's
we'll
fine.
know when we get there.
Very
That was
well.
the point.
Cool.
But we've got hard recon at the moment. If we turn around now, we'll have nothing.
That's
Mm.
true. Well, we'll have very little. Yeah, I was just thinking that if we
No,
failed to
that's
pass through
fair.
the mountain, collapsing it would be like effectively doing our goal because we just don't want monsters coming into the valley. But yeah, I'm happy to go
But-
back to their camp and kill them. That's also
Well, if we find the war camp, we don't necessarily have to kill them. We can just find it, work out what's going on, and then collapse the pass on our way out.
yep. Also happy to do that.
I'm happy to go a little bit further. I think one more day. It sounds like a good compromise.
Absolutely.
Any longer than that seems like a bit risky. And we are, as you said, a while away from anywhere.
Well, I'll mark off the rations for today.
Yeah, I've done that.
And we don't. That's not bad.
All right. Okay, you will set your camp again. You are in the foothills now, roughly about here somewhere, you think. The movement through the hills has been very slow going.
Yep,
All right.
as expected.
Yep.
Hopefully they lead us to a nice pass that's easy traveling.
Somehow I doubt
That'd
that.
be nice.
Yeah.
Easy traveling for them, perhaps.
Okay. Over the course of your night, we will get down to Hypatia, Lenza and Sean
Mm-hmm.
will be on watch.
The final watch.
The final watch. Dawn is maybe an hour or so away. Over the night, once more, you did smell this sulphurous kind of smell, and the taste of ash was in the air. You saw the birds travel overhead once more as dusk drew long. You don't hear any sounds of animals, though, within the foothills. It's, unusually quiet. And both of you, the two hunters, pick up on that fairly quickly. But most of you will notice that as well at some point in time. There just seems to be
Unusually quiet.
Yeah, an unusual quiet curtain that seems to have descended upon you. An hour from dawn, as I mentioned, Sean and Lenza, you are both on watch. You hear, you think, you're not sure at first, maybe you feel it more, the ground rumble.
That's concerning.
At first it's slightly imperceptible, you're not quite sure. Maybe it was that bean you had for dinner. You're not really 100% guaranteed what it is. But then it seems to grow steadily. Then you realise the ground is possibly shaking, or is it you that's shaking? You do hear something. You're certain after a couple minutes you do hear something, but you also feel a vibration from your feet all the way up to your tip of your head. That something
Can we
somewhere
see any lights in the sky or anything glowing?
you cannot see anything in the sky other than some wisps of cloud. Maybe it's ash, you're not sure, smoke, but you see wisps of cloud and you see some stars. You see the moon. You don't see anything glowing. No sky beams.
Cool. I mean, there's probably not much we can do about it, but do we want to wake them up?
Is our campsite tucked in the bottom of the valley or on an edge, or?
The two of you are smart enough when it comes to outdoorsman skills, and you've got some pretty cluey people in the party, as well as some not so cluey people, that you haven't camped in a valley. You've camped on top of a hill, so that if there is a flash flood or anything like that, you're not going to get drowned and or washed away. Wow, there you go, there's your minions. But this seems to be emanating from the ground. Eventually, are you waking the rest of the group up, or not?
Are we? I mean, I don't think there's much they can do, but they might not be getting sleep anyway soon.
I was about to say, eventually, whether you wake them up or not, as the sound grows louder and the rumbling and vibrations grow more intense, they do start to stir, and one by one will slowly start to come to. I mean, as adventurers, you are used to sleeping lightly, so this is no excuse for them to sleep through it. And the group will be eventually awake.
I'm going to start packing up the auxiliaries of the campsite, the stuff that doesn't need to be out.
Yeah, we might have to make a fast exit, it looks like.
Yeah, so make sure all the cook stuff's all packed up. Everyone's only in there, whatever they've got out at the moment.
Okay. As you do this and start packing up, and as the first very faint glows of dawn appear on the edge of the mountains, the rumbling stops almost as suddenly as it began, and then, as you're all bleary-eyed and unsure exactly what's happening, you hear a crunching, cracking sound from within the mountains. Not too far away, you see a pall of dust and debris shoot through the air, probably about here, and raising itself up from within this plume. If I can come on, what's my mouse is on my other computer, my laptop. The batteries are dying, so half the time it doesn't seem to want to work. You see.
Oh no.
Oh.
One of these.
I do know what.
Burst through the ground, and then almost as suddenly as you saw it, it drives itself back down into the earth and vanishes into the ground, burrowing itself underneath.
Oh,
Everybody move.
Yes, no, yeah, nah.
It was about at least 100 to 150 feet long.
Shit. Well, okay. That doesn't bode well for anything. So turn around and go back now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is above our pay grade. Because, well, I'm not a mountain dweller. I have no idea what the hell that is, and, well, yeah, it looks like I could eat this alive.
So, you aren't a mountain dweller, but the tale of these creatures has abounded for many a year. These are Wyrmkinde, at least it has all the indication of being a Wyrmkinde.
I've heard of them before. We've even seen their eggs.
Yep, you have well heard Wyrmkinde. Everybody has.
And we saw a lava one.
Yeah, you've heard of them in the nightmarish tales that cruel parents tell their kids, or just the history of the world. They are drakes. They are very bad drakes. So their information is in the document of the world, but I can tell you what's in there now if you don't have it open. So these are one of the three major bloodlines of the Drakes. The large snake-like Wyrmkinde who cannot fly but burrow and have armoured chitin-like plates thicker than steel along their entire bodies. These beasts are totally blind, having no eyes, but are still able to sense prey at hand. Their mouths are large, teeth-filled maws, and their body is often covered with deadly spines that can cut a man in half. They go to mighty lengths, upwards of 100 feet long or more, for the most dangerous and powerful of their kind. They are mindless, supposedly, but cunning. They speak no language, or at least none known, and do not register any understanding of intelligent discourse. They exist only to destroy. Infant Wyrmkinde are born from eggs that they lay, buried well beneath the ground. When they hatch, they are but a couple feet long, and their skin is already hard like armour. So they are creatures that everybody that lives in the land and the world has heard tale of. Very few have ever seen them and survived. So count yourself lucky for now.
Yeah, I'm not going to be counting myself lucky till we're a long way away.
Yeah, let's make some of that long way away bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds like their bones could be turned into and scales could be turned into cool armor and weapons. That's what I have to say.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yes.
does sound like that.
I absolutely
How
agree. It's just the whole, the whole killing them bit might be slightly hazardous.
No, it's just got to come across a corpse. Let's just, I mean, that was pretty far away from us, though, right?
That was maybe a mile or so. Maybe, yeah.
I think that size doesn't look like a mile would be really that long. It wouldn't take that long to get here.
Yeah. It depends how close we have to be for it to sense us. Is more the thing. It can't see. So I assume it feels us through the connection to the ground or something like that.
Tread lightly.
Or by carrying metal. Maybe it's got like a metal sense.
Just walk without rhythm.
Yeah, right? That's why I was looking for a Dune gif, but all I could find was that Dune buggy, but I thought that looked like it was running away. So I thought, yeah, not bad.
You just need to look for a gif for Shia Lude.
Fremen.
Maybe. Sandworm.
So are we going to keep going, or are we going to...
No, we're going back.
I'm pretty sure we're all going back.
Yeah, because,
all right.
well...
I mean, I'm fine with continuing going, but, wisdom 4, so...
Yeah, I'd rather do Wyrmkinde's lunch. Though,
right.
I can't help but wonder if the lizardmen are running away from that. Or if the Wyrmkinde is running away from something else. Do we know
the
if
Wyrmkinde's just
Wyrmkinde did the whole... Yeah, but did they cause that whole ash thing? I don't know.
Maybe when they, burrowed up from a volcano or something, there was, a mini spouting, or... I don't know, maybe somebody blew up their eggs and that was what the smell of sulfur was.
Oh, there's an active volcano nearby.
It's also
that's
that.
what I was saying originally.
But I don't think my character would have any idea about volcanoes.
I mean...
I think it's pretty much settled that we're all going to head home.
We don't want to go past Kel's Rise, we're just going to go straight back to camp.
We should probably after now that we've been away for a few days, probably head back to camp, yeah. And then from there we can go.
Yeah, we'll see what's up.
I like it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this is a bit of a waste of time, but hey.
Yeah.
Has it? Has it really?
We found a track into the mountain. And we sort of have an idea where there might be a camp. Maybe.
It's a possibility.
You got an idea. You got, a few ideas.
Yeah.
Do we have a map to mark it on?
We have this map that's just been marked on. Didn't we buy some maps?
You bought a map. You bought a map of the Arasho Valley in the first or second session.
Is that the only map we bought?
Probably,
we're
yeah.
the best. That's fine.
We've honestly mostly been following roads apart from that little expedition.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool. Alrighty. So you're heading back to where you left the dynamic duo, the brothers Grimm, Theta, and Jaquan.
Yep.
Yep.
And Amram.
Yeah, well,
Amram.
he doesn't count. But Rasputin.
Yeah, Rasputin.
Mm.
Most importantly, Rasputin.
Alright.
Watch out for that slobber.
Let me start doing this. Do-do-do-be-doo. Ooh. Be-doo-be-doo-be-doo. Be-doo-be-doo-be-doo.
That's really good.
Holy
Really bad.
dooly.
That's...
Just be grateful they weren't attacks.
Yeah.
Use all your d20s up, all your natural 20s up now.
Please.
Even the 16's are a good roll if something's trying to whack you. Alright, you start heading back. You wend your way out of the hills. It's a bit more awkward to do going back. You didn't start setting the sticks until you were a little bit of the way in it, but you know, you find your way out. And then start heading across towards the southern edge of the Laughing Woods.
Yeah, that would be the easiest way to find it. Head to the woods and then walk around.
Yep. As you are just becoming within, throwing distance of the southern eaves, you will hear once more laughter coming from the woods. It's fairly loud to travel this far, and you hear childlike whispering voices carried on some unseen wind that will reach your ears. Lenza, come talk to us, Lenza.
Oh, God.
We have much to tell you. Yes, come.
I guess I don't want to particularly piss these guys off, so I might go actually talk to them. Just, I guess, looks around the other people. Just be ready to either fight, run, or whatever. Nice gift. You found it.
So it depends on what they're feeling in the day, huh?
Don't
Alright.
worry, I know death is a better fate than what they'll give you. I'll just make sure I put an arrow for you.
Fight, flee, or...
Dance.
That's one way of describing it. All right.
So it's coming from. So I guess is it coming from the woods?
Yes, from within the woods, at least the eaves.
Cool. I will approach cautiously and not go too close. I guess unless I have to. I would appreciate if you guys would have followed me at least to a point, but yeah, probably best for me go alone so that we don't alarm them or anything. They don't seem particularly hostile, but just defensive.
Okay.
Yep.
So, only Lenza is approaching.
I might. I was going to try hiding, but no, I suck at that. Never mind.
Well, I'll approach with him to a point.
Anyone not approaching?
First tree.
No. Yeah, I'm keeping.
But I won't go as close. I'll let Lenza go closer.
Alright, that's fine. I'll leave it how it was. Okay, so Lenza, you see flitting through the trees once more these shapes that look to be sprites.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach, they suddenly veer to the north and fly with quite a lot of speed out of your vision, ducking and weaving and diving behind the tree limbs until you can no longer see them. And it happened in a matter of seconds, laughing as they did. But you see that she is maybe about the size of an elf, so approximately 5 to 5.5 feet tall, crouched in the shadows at the bow of a tree, the base of a bough. She'll look up at you, dark orbs for eyes.
I guess how deep is she in the forest?
10 feet.
Cool. Okay. All right. I will approach and I guess greet her.
You escorted the Lady Phileas into these woods, or at least to their edge, and allowed her to see the king within.
Yes, that is true. Me and my companions.
She has left the woods, but your companions are gone. She wanders aimlessly.
Oh,
Crap.
good. Yeah, pretty much. She wanders aimlessly within the woods or on the outskirts.
Around the edge and the plains. She doesn't have her escort back to her residence. Her mind is addled and will be for some time. It's why she takes someone with her. But your companions are gone.
Well, that's also concerning, but I guess we'll address the present problem at hand. Is there a way, anyway, we can find her and bring her back?
Yes, she will be near where you left her, and we will guide you to her. Your companions were taken
Taken
a night after you left them.
by people of the forest or by another force?
Another force. Someone Jaquan, I believe, recognized, but
Oh, good.
also those whom he did not. There were many,
Oh.
and your friends were few, and they are gone, taken north.
Ah.
All right.
Yay.
So I guess the immediate action is to go find the lady and then find where everyone else went.
Go north to the tower that we were supposed to go to.
You
Quite
can
possibly.
Might be them.
you can do what you wish with your friends. The Lady Phileas should be returned to Don Duran. No one wishes her harm, but in her current state there is no guarantee it will not befall her. She should not re-enter the woods. The eaves are okay, but the woods themselves, though they may call to her, are dangerous at this point. She should not be let in.
Very well. We escorted her here, and we're happy to escort her back. Why are you informing us of this?
We do not wish harm to the Lady Phileas, though she is bound to the king within, through magic dark and terrible and deeds old and hideous. We do not wish her harm. We bear no ill to her. The king, on the other hand, is malicious and cruel. And you are an elf, and I like elves.
Oh,
They
thank
taste just like chicken.
you. I hope not.
The sprites,
Oh, that would be concerning.
the sprites fear you, for you have seen their king and queen. But
Yes. Well, we were not aware of that it was them at the time.
they have asked me to speak to you on their behalf. They hold a great fondness for the Lady Phileas. Most in the woods do, ever since she first entered 5 centuries before. You should find her and return her to Don Duran safely if you can.
I will certainly do my best. Thank you for letting us know, especially of our companions, because we will want to find them once we're done. Once we have escorted the lady back.
Maybe.
Yeah, we do want to find them.
The shadows will grow thick around her and she will be obscured.
Lovely. Well, I go back to the party and inform them of that. So
Well, that's dang.
Let's make tracks, guys. We don't have time to
Yep.
dick around.
no,
Yep.
probably not.
Let's double time it.
Okay.
So I guess we'll head back along the edge of the forest to where we camped.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You will hear every now and then the sound of these echoing this echoing laughter that seems to be leading you up north, further along the edge of the Laughing Woods. You will have to camp one more time beforehand.
Could we just keep going through the night?
You can if you wish.
I'd personally prefer to just try and get to the spot where we left off, rather than waiting any longer.
Okay. You
Is that
Cool.
how? Do we know what's our rough timing of that? Think it'll take another entire day to get there, or like a night, or what's our
another day.
scale?
Another day.
So if we kept moving through the night, and another day would get there, or if we get through the night, we'd probably get there.
You are roughly about here.
Okay, cool.
And
so
you
it's
need to
still
get
a
up
trip.
to about, where was it, about here? I think it was here.
Cool.
So you can probably get there in another day. If you push through the night, you might be able to halve that. The issue is that other than yourself and Minerva, who have starsight, the others are going to be confounded by the darkness. Unless, of course, you get out a bunch of torches or lanterns, but even then, it's
Yeah, it's going to be a pain.
It still slows you going a little bit, but better than nothing. Do you wish to push through?
What do you guys
Let's do
think?
Does it really give us any benefit? Because by the time we get there, we'll be completely stuffed.
I'm just more concerned about delaying any longer, especially either for the residents of the forest or the lady in general. They could we find her and get her out at least.
I mean, if we make a good camp, she might just wander over to us.
No,
Who's
not really.
that? Well,
Well, let's push on for half the night. Split the difference. Because we still need rest.
So what? Go out for a little bit longer after dusk, sleep, and then wake up before dawn and get going.
Yeah, so instead of having like a full camp, we're only camping for a couple hours in the middle of the night.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
sure.
Okay. You push on for a couple more hours. Okay. Can I have Sean and Hypatia and Erin and Kukulane make a d20 roll each, please?
I hope high is good.
High is good.
Yep.
Alright, oh, this one's for me.
They are some good rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I should make one for my retainer.
The dice god like us tonight.
Holy.
Hells yeah.
The
Is there a particular reason I'm
like
not doing this, or
Yes, because you have starsight.
cool? Oh right, yep,
Oh yeah.
makes sense.
Oh wait, does that mean I didn't need to do it?
Correct. That's why I didn't ask you to do it.
Ah. Well,
I
did it
asked
anyway.
Sean, Hypatia, Erin, and Kukulane to make the rolls.
Oh well.
But you still rolled well, so you kind of closed one eye and pretended you were fully human.
Lens just shakes her head.
Maybe you put a pair of sunglasses on to pretend you were a human.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, just taking a drink. You push on for about half the night. It's the moon is high in the sky by the time you realise that you are starting to become fatigued. The humans among you did not stub their toes, trip, twist their ankles, or otherwise injure themselves in the dark.
Good job, guys.
Indeed. But you are all starting to become fatigued, what with the terror of the Wyrmkinde that forced you out of the mountains, the quick marches you've been doing for the last couple of days and running a bit empty. You have started to really slow down as midnight approaches. Probably having a camp isn't a bad idea after all. Are you having a campfire or?
No point.
Cold camp.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You run a cold camp and
Use the last of my fresh rations.
alright. The night, what's left of it, will pass without any event, other than the fact that being in close proximity to the Laughing Woods, you hear laughter, and lots of it. They are the voices now are not just calling out Lenz's name, but they're calling out all your names every now and then, like, "Wake up, Sean! Wake up! Don't you need to pray?"
I haven't cast any spells, so not really.
So, things like that. The night will pass otherwise uneventfully, and you can get up early in the morning, tired, worn out, but otherwise okay.
Lovely. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You will find, after travelling for some short period of time, the Lady Phileas, who is absolutely wandering aimlessly, or so it appears. She is about 200 yards from the eve of the forest, moving in not so much a very straight line, but kind of almost appearing as though she were drunk, staggering slightly and weaving and bobbing and moving in a very ungainly manner.
Lovely. We'll catch up to her and see what she is up to.
You will approach her and she will look at you through bleary, bloodshot eyes. She looks fatigued. She has large bags under her eyes. Her skin is sallow and sunken. Her hair is wild and unkempt. Hello. 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 Are you here to take me home? The voices,
Indeed, we are.
Yes.
The voices told me that you would be here to take me home.
Yes, we apologize for not being here earlier. It's
Well,
been
we
an
were.
eventful few days.
I haven't slept, it seems like forever, and I am famished. Do you have anything that I can eat or drink?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Here,
Yep.
we offer her some stuff.
And she will devour it, absolutely demolish it in but moments, eating it with a most unladylike manner.
Excellent.
Think of the Cookie Monster.
Yep.
But instead of it going all over her front, it seems to all go down her gullet. And then she will drain dry someone's water skin, what remains of it.
Oh no, that's bad.
And she'll look up at you again. I'm still hungry. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, sure, I'll give her another ration.
Alright, and she will demolish that as well.
Cool.
And then, almost as though suffering from narcolepsy, she will faint and fall into deep slumber.
Lovely. Alright, who's
Who's
carrying
the
her?
strongest?
These tupers. I mean,
Sure.
obviously, Al's minion shall carry her, right?
Both of us will probably carry her.
Well,
Well, if that's easier.
she is light. She is very gaunt underneath her. Well, she is thin anyway, but she seems to be gaunt and not carrying. What's that? Yes, but it wasn't so much a swoon as a bonk. She doesn't seem to weigh much at all, so it's not too difficult. The only issue, I guess, is banging her head on the rocks as you travel. But you do have now a Lady Phileas.
How far from our original camp are we?
Good question. Possibly half a day. I'm
I
assuming
think
by...
I think we should head back there and then
I'm assuming by original camp you're asking about the one where Thadar, Jaquan, Amrian, and Rasputin were.
Yes.
Yes, we're
We
looking for
should
the
find out
rock
what
with the stuff
happened.
written under it.
Okay. You carry the semi-conscious, semi-comatose woman and head back there. Takes you close towards the end of the day, so it took you about half the day to find her, the rest of the day to travel to this camp. So it takes about that long before you find where you believe the camp was. And sure enough, there are signs that there was a couple here, including,
A dwarf.
dog poop in the vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
But none of them, not even the dog Rasputin, remain. All are gone.
Ooh.
Are there signs of a struggle
there
or
a
a fight or anything?
There are-
or a rock.
There are no signs of any struggle. None at all.
Okay.
Are there any new moved rocks or other things that may indicate a message?
There is no message in rocks or underneath rocks that you can see.
Lovely.
Let's okay. Well, let's have a look at the Vado, see if it's been disturbed or
The
looked through in any way.
The Vado is down here.
Yeah, there's no idea where we are.
You're up here.
Yeah.
At the edge of the woods where you left Jaquan and Theda to wait for Lady Filius's return. So the camp appears to have been just up and abandoned. There is no gear here though, so they didn't.
Like the donkeys obviously are gone too.
Correct. All the gear has gone. It's not like, if they left under duress, then you would assume that they would have left some indication. There's some gear behind, unless it was taken as well. But everything's gone. It's like the camp was just packed up and all four of them left. Well, all three plus Rasputin and the donkeys.
Interesting.
Right.
Are there any, I guess, tracks can we find with their city footprints or whatever?
You can. You start having a look around. Again, the tracks are relatively old. Liam Neeson skills. Yes, I still haven't seen that movie. I doubt I ever will.
Fair.
But I have seen, what's his name? Seth. What's the guy who does Family Guy?
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane do the line from that as Kermit the Frog on the Graham Norton show.
Lovely.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, YouTube it because it's,
I have. It's good.
Quite good. Anyway, you do have the opportunity to look for these tracks, so the two of you that have the tracking capability can roll an intelligence check for me, please, because again, the tracks are old.
That is...
Oh, my dice are on fire tonight.
Nice.
Jeez Louise.
He does have a map.
There we go.
They do have a
Dang.
map. They could make a map.
Oh my god.
They should totally make a map with that roll.
Clearly, we're so familiar with how
I
Jaquan
believe they've headed north and they've got a flea in their left nostril.
Yeah, it's the bit where you just taste the dirt. There was a fight here between three people.
One of them had
One
blonde
whose
hair.
name was Greg.
Yep.
There is a satellite passing over our current position. Okay. Yeah. It looks to be that there was a group approached the camp. You estimate maybe 5 or 6 people in the group. And that Jaquan, Thadir, Amrian, Rasputin, and the donkeys just up and left with them. There seems to be no indication of a struggle. You find no signs of violence. They just up and left, heading northish, as though they were going to go around the northern edge of the Laughing Woods.
Why would they do this to us?
That definitely sounds like some kind of magic was involved.
Mm,
That's one hell of a command spell.
yeah. They got
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not entirely unusual, honestly.
Shall we separate the party again?
Probably not. No.
We should probably just take her back to Doldoran and then hope that they're going to meet us at the tower
Yeah.
and head
I
to
mean,
the
I mean,
tower.
I mean, we can probably still try and track them too. We don't have to just
Oh,
immediately
we're just
give
going
up.
to take this chick with us forever.
No,
Oh,
as in we'll go home for we'll go back to Dondoran and then return here.
You could
Oh.
split. Surely you could split the party. Nothing bad has ever come from that before.
except this exact thing that's happening right now. But
I mean,
yes.
if you want to send the two porters back, sure, maybe, but like I feel like that's a bad idea.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Could possibly go wrong.
I mean, maybe they'll level.
That's what they've gone to do. They've gone.
Yeah.
Like they've already had their bromance before this, and guys just didn't realise. They've looked at each other and said, "We've got all the dosh. Let's go level. We'll go level and party."
Mm-hmm.
That,
This is
that,
that beer that I'm talking
That would be
about.
hilarious.
They needed it.
Yep.
They've gone to clear the runes of Androshal.
They're going to party like it's 9.
Yeah.
it's interesting that they're heading north because there's no like that river isn't an easy thing to cross,
Yep.
No,
and there's no bridge or anything that we know of.
there is a bridge, but it is broken
Yeah,
near the ruins of Androshel. Yes. But they have to get to there first, which means they've got to cross the river at least once.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That bridge doesn't look like it's very useful.
Nope.
There are boats that travel along here.
There are
aren't
many boats that travel along the river.
But it's not guaranteed.
Mm.
Well, unless the strangers have a ride prearranged.
Mm.
Possibly.
Anyway, back to Dondoran.
I think
Yeah,
we
I
have
think
to go back to
I think the
Dondoran.
best part is to finish off this quest at least, and then move on from there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dondoran.
Alright. You can, over the course of the next 4 days, head back to Donduran and get Lady Phileas into town. You will not be accosted by anything on the way. There will be the occasional strange occurrence at night or sometimes during the day, but nothing will, leap out and say, "Attack me," or "I'm going to attack you."
That's always a nice change.
Yeah.
You can head by the Vardo if you wish, but again, you have no livestock to pull it, so it's pretty much going to be stationary for some time.
Lovely.
I'm not pulling that along.
Me either.
Well, I could, but I guess that would slow us down.
Alright.
Can make a note of that because then our householders can recover later.
Sure. As you reach Donduran then, after 4 days of travel, so you can knock off 4 days worth of rations. I'll let you knock off 3 days if you wish to head back to the Vardo and collect one more lot of rations. This may need a purified food and water on it.
I think we should, considering the lady seems to be rather hungry.
You're also running bone dry mostly on your water skins. You will need to fill them up at some stage.
Yes, no, I was going to say
Create water.
You have that?
I'm almost out of water.
So
I have create water prepped.
Cool.
I have the whole journey.
Nice.
But purify
If
food
you
and drink,
can
I'll have to
refill
do
my
it.
water skins, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll refill everyone's.
Woohoo!
Every
I'm
morning
gonna
if you
need
want.
a bunch of rations.
Alright. So Abbot Forsyth will greet you upon your entrance into Donduran. Your arrival has, or rumour of your arrival has spread throughout the small village pretty quickly, and even though they are, suspicious of outsiders and don't want to talk to you, Abbot Forsyth is not suspicious of strangers and will talk to you. And he spoke to you before you left anyway, and he will approach quite quickly. And it's like, "Oh, hello, welcome back. And did you find Lady Filius?"
Is she still unconscious?
No, she's gained consciousness again, but she still seems to be fairly addled and is still quite ravenous and eats more than...
Also, she looks nothing like she used to, so...
Absolutely.
We certainly didn't find her, but we did find someone we believe to be a family member, so we're going to return to the state now.
Yep.
He looks up and down. Then he looks at you, Minerva.
Yeah. I believe it was the maid.
I see. As I mentioned to you before you left, I have spoken to Lady Filius at length about the recurring nightmares and dreams and the fact that she was being pulled towards the Laughing Woods. Is there some magic at play here? Because this looks like a younger version of the lady.
Well, I mean, we believe she's a relative, so...
Well,
semblance.
the Laughing Woods. There are definitely magics there.
There are portraits within her residence that look very much alike this young lady, but very well. I shall escort her from here.
We certainly couldn't guarantee it's the same person.
Could we? I would like to follow. I would like to follow them. Not talking to Abbott while he's right here, but I think we should actually let him know what happened properly, because he seems like a good guy to have for at least him to consider us trustworthy.
Right, but
Sure,
I
why
don't think
not?
that we should divulge her information to him. If she wants to tell him, that's on her. I don't want to make a decision for somebody else.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my nature. Don't divulge stuff that I wouldn't want others to divulge about me. Yeah. But I mean, we don't know her or anything, so I also kind of don't care whatever you do with the information you've gleaned from her. But we should certainly return her first and see if we can get money. Because that is in my nature.
Oh, there. I was waiting for that, honestly.
Well, maybe a few rations would be handy.
Grail, you're
Yes.
not answering my whispers.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry. Okay, so that's because the whispers don't appear when I'm connected to the main computer as a player. I'm connected on my laptop, which had hibernated as the DM. The whispers are only on that. All right. Yes, I
So
see.
can we whisper to Grail instead of GM?
Just whisper to GM. I've got it open now. Because we just were doing something for a while. It just hibernated, but here we go.
You need to whisper back.
That reminds me, I need to put that in a whisper because people may not like the comment. Alright.
Cool.
So, you can definitely escort Abbot Forsyth, who is escorting the young lady who may or may not be related to, or indeed, the actual person of Lady Filius, to her mansion to the north of Don Duran on the way to Lacrima Keep. Abbot Forsyth is talking in hushed tones to the lady as you walk, in a soothing, reassuring manner. It is clear that she is still suffering terribly.
Mm-hmm.
You will
Yeah.
get... Sorry?
I'm speaking to everyone else again, not to the entire group. I definitely think we should at least tell him something, because this is... He probably needs some information to go off. while it is her story to tell, she doesn't seem to be in any shape or form to do so at the moment. And having the abbot know this is the same person may help her recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this
seems
has
like
happened a
fair
bunch
point.
of times previously, though. But yeah.
Mm.
I was just thinking maybe the people at the actual house will just
About
welcome her
50
back.
times,
Like,
I'd say.
I was just sort of wondering what her reception would be once we got to her manor. If it was bad, we give it to the abbot. If it's good, we leave her with her retainers.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah. Let's see.
she can always seek out the abbot once she gets better. I just don't know. I'm like,
That is true. I guess we do that
Right.
then.
because we've only heard his story. Like, oh, she was hearing voice. I'm like, yeah, okay. Said the religious guy. Very well.
I don't think he's that malicious, but sure. Better safe than sorry.
I just said religious.
I'm worried about the retainers, to be honest. Not sure how.
He seems
what
nice.
they know about it.
Well, if they live with her, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? I'm sure Grail knows, but like we don't.
Yep. Hang on.
Is that for everyone, Minerva?
Oh, what?
It just says you're typing a message.
No, I don't see it.
No, I'm not typing a message, or am I? But no, it's not for everybody.
Okay. So, what were the questions that you were asking? Sorry, I was too busy replying to something that may or may not have anything that you need to worry about.
Who's
Maybe
the
I should
shapeshifter?
cast
Who's the
detect-
shapeshifter this time?
As you reach her mansion, the manager for her estate, Mr. Wyrmkinde, will appear, and he will cast a gaze up and down. You 6 ragamuffins, the burly, unkempt visage of Abbot Forsyth, and the strange young lady. He will come out without saying a word. He will put a shawl around the lady's shoulders and escort her inside, and he will wave you all the way. I have this, it's fine. I will make sure that she is taken care of. Thank you much. And he will escort her into the mansion, and then the door will promptly slam shut.
Aww.
Where's our money?
Well, that's
Yeah,
gratitude.
I was giving him the thumbs up.
Thanks
Oh, well.
would have been nice.
He did have, for anyone who wishes to be sharp of eye this morning, a worried and perplexed look upon his face, but a knowing one.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Maybe he's expecting more retainers to return.
Lovely.
Well, we're in a real hurry, so we're going to steal the horses from your stable. No, dang it. Should have given us some.
I mean, we could,
I don't know about you
but that's
guys.
probably a bad idea.
I don't know about you guys. I need to get back to Dondura and buy some more rations.
You are in Donduran.
We are
yeah.
in Dondruan.
That's
we
indeed.
definitely need to
So
do
do
that.
I. I'm down.
Food.
To 4.
Abbot Forsyth will be, slightly put out by the rather acerbic response from Mr. Wyrmkinde, but he'll then turn around to you and, that seems to all be taken care of. The young lady seems to have a friend in the manager. But Lady Phileas, her absence will not go unnoticed unless there is something not being said. But we can talk about this over a pint.
Ooh.
It is probably
Yes.
You had me a pint.
it is probably about a couple hours prior to lunch.
So 2 pints.
Oh dear. Do we
Were
want to
there-
say the night here?
Were there more of you when you left?
Tragically, yes.
Yes.
We lost some companions.
I feel we should
The life
speak
of
about
it.
this.
The life of an adventurer. honestly do not know how you manage to do this day in, day out, without coming down with some malaise of the mind. It beguiles me that you would actually be on the road with sword at hip, wanting to carry on this life. But, far be it from me. I'm happy discussing matters of the spiritual kind. Let's go get it. 2 pints, you say. Good idea.
All right. Should we inform him of what happened? Because,
Over the beer, we'll tell him the tale.
but this is
Yeah.
in a public space.
I'm sure we can find a quiet corner.
All right. Sure.
Get the nook.
Yeah,
Private
sure.
home.
The good old nook.
Right. So you go to the Wild Inn, which was the inn in Donduran, the Inn of Donduran, the main one. And it's the only one that seems to be open and catering to people at this point in time, probably because they know the abbot is up. And he will chuck a couple coins on the counter and say, beer for all of us. Make that 2 beers for all of us. And some meat, red, cheese, bread, and some fruit. I need to look after my health. And the platter and the drinks will be brought out and set at a table. Off to the side, there is no one else here other than a few people that just seem to amble through, and the proprietor and maybe a daughter or two. You have mostly got privacy, though the innkeeper does occasionally seem to want to wipe down a table in your near vicinity.
Cool. I guess we'll just try and be quiet then and not, I guess, give too much away, or like try to be overly dramatic as we normally, unfortunately, have a tendency of doing that.
All right.
Fair enough.
The floor/table is yours. By the way, you don't drink ale, do you, Lenza?
No.
Well, there's 2 set in front of you. If you don't drink it, the abbot will.
Yeah, I'm happy to pass it off to him. I'm sure he'll happily drink those.
Mm-hmm. He definitely will.
Who wants to tell the story?
Yep, I'm happy to Minerva to tell. Actually, I don't want to. So, Hypatia always gets stuck with these terrible jobs.
Sure. It does. It just seemed like I'm supposed to be the face, so I should probably give it a go.
I mean, Lendra's happy to tell it too, because like she was the one actually talking with the weird forest people. But
yes,
yeah.
Well, we shall tell together, and we'll. I talk about how we found the Bardo and the wagon near the Laughing Woods, which were ambushed. There was, the driver was dead. There was no sign of that other servant girl, but we did find the lady somehow. I kind of forgot about that bit.
She just turned up.
Yeah, she just turned up and was speaking in tongues, and through some divine means, we were able to communicate with her. And she said she needed to go into the woods, as her family line was under some sort of curse. Abbott, did she ever talk to you anything about that? If you feel comfortable about discussing such matters?
Lady Phileas, before she left with her driver, Mr. Duress, did mention at many times when I had these discussions with her about the nightmares that she had been suffering for, well, most of her life on and off, but of late they were happening on most nights when she went to sleep, when she could sleep. What you mentioned to me and what I already knew and had picked up from talking to some people around, and it's why I thought that there might be some kind of correlation between the young lady you brought back in and Lady Phileas, that she has indeed been given longer life than most. Her longevity is possibly quite significant. She did mention that her family had some calling to the woods, and it wasn't just the dreams and the nightmares that she was suffering from that seemed to be pulling her back there. Her words, is someone clipping their nails?
Maybe. Dang it.
The words that she spoke.
I'm so glad everyone's mugs are great and picking up just every little noise that we make.
The words that she spoke to me during these discussions, and I'm sure she would have no great concern with me mentioning it to you, though I do so with some trepidation. The bond that she has with the Laughing Woods, I fear, and he'll look around. I don't know why I just looked around. Acting it out.
Get in the character, you know.
I need to get a webcam up so you can see that. Like, half the time I do motions and stuff like that, and then realise what was the point. What was the point?
Because you obviously like doing that in real life gaming.
I do.
Yeah. Just remember, we're doing the same thing.
Yep.
Although most of ours are just hands up.
Yep. He leans forward in a conspiratorial way. I believe that her bloodline is attached significantly to someone within the Laughing Woods. I believe she has elvish blood somewhere back in the depths of time, but not elves such as yourself. He motions to Lenza, or yourself. She is not a half-blood. She is not a half-elf. She is not a true elf. There is something other there, something insidious, and she must go back every now and then. Maybe once a lifetime. I don't know. The information is rather hard to fully comprehend. But she must go back there to adhere to some agreement, some binding
Then he knows the
stricture
story.
upon her soul. I know some of it, but at least I believe I know some of it. I believe that at least someone within her estate, and from the way that Mr. Warris took in that young lady, that he probably has some inkling as to what is going on. Maybe not the full truth. I don't think anyone ever will know the full truth. But I know some of it, I guess. And from what you are telling me now, it does seem to indicate this. At this point, he'll stop, and you will all notice that the barkeep was cleaning a cup on a table nearby, but had stopped and was leaning in almost as though he was listening, at which point, when the story stops, the barkeep will realise that he's been sprung and will cough slightly and then continue to clean the mug, put it down, and wander off whistling in an almost comical manner.
Excellent.
So anyway, continue your story.
Yeah, I was going to say at this point, probably, I think he knows enough that us telling him that she's been, reborn probably isn't going to be a massive shock, but...
Yeah.
Yep. Well, yes. She went to the woods, she came back, well, as you can see, apparently much younger.
She'll probably have to wear makeup until she's old again.
Here's something else that I think is an interesting tidbit. When I did speak to her at length, I believe that she has many relatives that are most likely completely unaware of their relationship to her line that reside within Donduran.
Oh.
I
in
believe
the town itself.
I believe that many of the people within the walls of this town, not that it is walled, but for want of a better phrase, that are of her bloodline, or at least share part of
Do
it.
they just find themselves drawn here over the centuries or something, or...
Lady Filius is like the matriarch for the town. It would not surprise me that she has engineered this current predicament that the town has.
Sounds kind of gross. Sounds like French Canada.
I believe it's more akin to, not that I know what French Canada is.
A small island with a very small tribe.
I believe it's more akin to the fact that she likes to keep tabs on people.
Oh,
So
I don't like that either.
I don't think it is that there aren't many in the town that would share her bloodline, but there are enough. Maybe 20 or 30 people within the town.
Oh, okay. It's not like good. That's good. I didn't want no Alabama going on here, but that's okay.
Again, I do not know what this Alabama is, but
No one does.
and to anyone who may watch this that is currently residing in Alabama,
Ah, it's
okay.
fine.
The abbot will finish his ale. He will then finish Lenz's ale. He will he will consume some of the food. Call for some more ales. Does anyone else want some more drinks? These are starting to hit the spot. So,
I'll pass, but
I
I might
would-
get some water or something if there's anything else. I'm
I
sure.
wouldn't refuse.
I need to buy rations first. It's the middle of the day, and I don't want to blow off the whole day drinking.
It's not. We're not quite at that stage yet, but probably something to. Yeah.
So I actually
Will
have
the barman sell rations?
no, the barman won't, but he'll sell you food, but it won't be rations, and it will be a lot more expensive than rations.
Yeah.
So I do have a task at hand that I think you could help with, says the abbot, starting to draw out some of his words a little bit more than he otherwise would.
Mm.
As you know, Lacrima Keep has been abandoned. The work there, gone.
Mm.
However, the keep probably needs to be reopened and work begun again. I've been speaking to the foreman, and I believe that they have been, that Foreman Andrus was interested in hiring some adventurers on behalf of Sumberton and Castellane to go into the keep, find the perfidious spirit, and putting an end to it one way or the other by sword, spell, or other methods. I'm not sure exactly how these spirits are laid to rest entirely, but I'm sure you could possibly manage it. Are you interested? I have it on good word from Foreman Andrus. I probably shouldn't call him foreman at the moment. He's not a foreman anymore since, that job went down the pipe. But
So he's the former foreman.
the former foreman, that Andrus, I have it on good authority, has been prepared, or has word that Castellane is prepared to give land in response to anyone who can clear out Lacrima Keep.
Well, we sort of have to go in that direction anyway, probably.
But do we want to do this with... Yes. Yes, This would be I don't know. Maybe we could. We are in a better position to possibly defeat this monster than we were when we last encountered it. That's for sure.
Do we think we have any weapons that'll be useful against it?
Hopefully. We do
Yeah.
have magical weapons, so we're hoping
Yep.
that they're useful.
Whether that helps is
Great question.
debatable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, has he found anything out about spirits or undead or ghost ghouls
Just
stuff?
before you do agree to accept it, though, says the abbot, I just want to remind you that the reason the keep closed down is because the spirits seem to grow stronger. The spirit which was only there sometimes now is there constantly.
Oh.
In the day, in the dark, in the shadows, doesn't matter, and drove everyone away, or killed those who stayed. And Andrus has promise from Castellane for land, but you would need to get a contract to do the work, to do the job, because you don't want to go and do it now before there is any agreement officially put in place. I'm just saying this to you because I know you are quite adept, although you did lose some companions getting the lady to the woods and back, but that was dangerous, not that this isn't. So, if you are interested...
Did anybody try help? Did, like, holy water have any effect? Was that even tried?
No idea. As I mentioned to you, I think I mentioned to you previously, when I'm not a priest. I'm a follower of the gods, and I like to think that I have some way with the spiritual path that people, I believe, should take, the best way to live in this world. Not that I force it, but I've been in this world a long time and seen many things come and go. But I believe that Andrus was heading back to Sumberton. If you are interested, I would be heading back there. I believe that they are going to be putting up a request for any adventurers to head to the keep to try and resolve this problem, probably within the next couple days. And as a promise to you, or as not a promise, what's the word? As goodwill to you for helping the lady out, or her kin, or whoever that lady is. I'm mentioning this to you now, especially since you were involved in the keep back before it had to be abandoned. Mentioning this to you now so that you can get there and possibly grab the contract before it goes to any old person. Plus, I think if anyone was going to succeed, it would be you. And I would rather not have the blood of others spilled at Lacrima Keep. Just your,
powering the spirit.
not your
Our blood
blood.
is okay then. Awesome.
Not your blood. I think that you would be fine.
It's okay.
Well,
I understand.
I wouldn't mind doing that, but I also wouldn't mind finding the bodies of our fallen kin.
Or whatever happened to them was quite strange.
Yes.
Yeah, we must find out.
What happened to them?
They were gone. They left no message.
They left no signs of a struggle.
Tell me the story. Let me see if I can provide you with some guidance.
Okay,
sure.
Well,
I guess there's always not to tell them the story. We basically camped out. We left a few of them there while we went and did other things, and then...
Yeah, when we returned, they were gone.
Yep.
You're
There
struggling
was
to find.
there was it 5 people who had arrived?
Do you have any idea who they were?
I don't know who they were, but when we looked at the tracks around the camp, there was, I believe there was 5 people approached, and that didn't appear. There was a conversation between 2 of the group, and then they appeared to pack up and leave. Just going off the tracks on the ground, we didn't have anything, and I believe the Sylvie in the woods said that they talked and left. They didn't. There was no fighting or anything malicious between the groups.
So
This was a few days ago, so
Yeah.
was there any groups come through Dondoran perhaps a week ago?
where did they go?
North.
They headed pretty much north from the campsite, which is on the very eastern tip of the Laughing Woods, or
So
western tip of the Laughing Woods.
I haven't travelled myself to the Laughing Woods or over that direction at all, except by boat. I did come here down the river. So, and I have studied maps of the valley. There's nothing over there anymore.
Yeah.
That's why it's so weird.
The
We don't
only
know
thing,
why they'd go there.
the only thing over in that direction, though it's not really north, it's more northwest, is Silvermont.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there's the ruins as well.
No one's in the ruins though.
That's true.
Yeah, there'd be little reason to go there unless you want to go and fight stuff.
Well, it just gets you back on the road, is the point.
So word has it started to filter through people that the mercenary company that is camped outside of Sumberton has been seen sending envoys to Silvermont. So Old Quell is being implicated in their appearance. Whether or not that's true or not, maybe they're just trying to, drum up any kind of sponsor from local wealthy businessmen, and Quell is one of the more wealthy since he runs the silver mine. But look, I'm not saying Quell's involved, but have you had any dealings with him before? I know that when you were heading through Lacrima Keep, from memory, you were heading up to Silvermont. Or were you coming from Silvermont? Either way, I remember you mentioned Silvermont. Have you had dealings with Quell?
Not many. I believe. What do we? We did like a single job for him,
Yep.
clearing out something or other.
A mine, clearing out a mine, and maybe some people doing things to his mine.
Right.
We didn't honestly. From my impression of him, he was a businessman and would do whatever he thought would be in his best profit, regardless of whatever else.
So
I don't think ethics were high on his agenda.
the ruins of Androshell have been long given to the monsters that crawl from the depths, and I remember talking to you before about them. It's coming back to me now. I think I need another ale to clear my mind. Barkeep. And the barkeep will nod and bring one over. And once again, we'll start cleaning a table that you think he might have cleaned previously. And the abbot will take a large gulpy drink, wipe his mouth on the back of his sleeve, and look at you with slightly blurring eyes. Now, where was I? Androshell. I think I recall talking to you, at least most of you, when you were heading to Androshell previously, about how the monsters that crawl from the depths and the degenerate beasts, the orcs and the goblins, are but the children of the gods. And though they are hideous, nightmarish monsters, they are here more to test us. We need to be mindful of that. Now, if the ruins are still spawning these abominations, then heading north from the Laughing Woods would bring you into influence of that. But it is also possible Quell has long held desires to clean out the ruins, and maybe with these mercenaries he may have achieved that somewhat. If there is any possibility, maybe talking to Quell might be... He may have sent mercenaries around. He has been rather vigorous in maintaining a small but active unit of mercenaries at Silvermont for defense of his mines. Maybe he's doing something with the ruins. Anyway, the only other thing I can think of is that there was a boat. There would have to have been a boat involved to cross the river. Do you know any boat captains?
Yes.
We have traveled with one a few times, but nothing too personal or friendly, I would say.
Oh, I don't know.
I've
Get along.
I'm good friends with one. Maybe I'm wondering whether or not. Well, when I say good friends, I've had dealings with him over the years, and he's always seemed to be a rather, honest and forthright individual. Captain Bray's his name. I would suggest maybe you could track him down, and he might have some indication as to whether or not there was any strange goings on the river. I'll tell you what, I'll write you a letter of introduction to him.
You're right there?
Maybe I should have that conversation.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
As long as it's not me having that conversation, it's okay.
Right. Well, I'll finish this ale, I'll go and write my letter, and I'll have it to you by the afternoon. You said you were going to do some shopping and supply gathering.
Indeed.
I'll make sure
That's
it's
right.
signed and sealed, and Captain Bray, if you can trust anyone on the river, you can trust him. And he knows all the goings on. If there was something untoward happening up around there that would involve boats, and then he's your man. Yes, I'll get to it right now. And he will slam back the rest of the drink, then slam the stein on the table, then slam his hand on the table, get up seemingly slightly groggy, pick up the last bit of red meat, stuff it into his mouth, and seemingly swallow without chewing.
Excellent.
And he will wander off.
To his health indeed. Glug, 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 glug.
So, I guess the plan is to head north into whatever capacity that may be. We've got a whole bunch of stuff we need to do there, so I guess we head north past Lacrima Keep and then move. Unless you want to try and follow the tracks of wherever our friends went.
Well, if we could still find them, that'd be a good start.
We could have gotten lucky and they could have taken a boat back to Sumberton, which is where he wants us to go to get the contract to do Lacrima Keep.
I'm honestly not a fan of rushing to get that. I think trying to find the rest of our party would be is the
I agree.
primary.
I don't know how we find them once they've crossed the river, though. Like, unless they went to the Lantern, which is what I think they've done. Because if that's not what they've done, I really don't know why they left camp.
We're such little struggle.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what could have convinced them to go? Like, it would have had to be either a lot of gold,
Or
or
compulsion.
yeah,
What could have convinced them to do it without leaving some sort of message?
exactly.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
issue.
no
When we
message.
specifically
Yeah.
said if the plan changes, leave a message.
That's it. So like, if it was just someone telling you to hurry up and come do this, they would have at least left something for us. So I'm not feeling like
Unless
they're
they
just going to be
left
going
the
right to
message and
Summerton.
somebody took it, like, afterwards. Unless somebody circled back and took the message of what happened.
I mean, maybe, but
Yeah. Indeed, why would they do that?
Because they're jerks.
yeah, might
Yep.
be.
I mean, there are a bunch of sprites around as well, just being jerks.
Come on. They would never be jerks, surely.
Yeah. I mean, I just really hope that they've gone to the Len. Like, that's... Unless you want to walk up and down a riverbank trying to find tracks without a tracker, like... I mean, you guys have been on fire, but... It's a fuckload of river to cover.
And that's the technical term.
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing is, what other lead do we have? We can try and we can have wild guesses as to where they went. At least this way, we know there's definitely something to follow.
Upside, they're not babies. They are adults. So hopefully they can take care of themselves. And they'll find us. They know where we were heading. Dondoran. We're not at Dondoran. We should leave a message here saying where we're going. If they come to Dondoran, they can get the message and they can follow us.
Oh,
So
absolutely, absolutely. We should leave a message with the abbot. But I still think we should head back to the Laughing Woods and see if we can pick up the tracks again. Because what if they were going somewhere in between here and the river, or there and the river?
Okay.
Like, we assume they're crossing the river, but we got no idea what's out in the hills over here.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the ruins were abandoned. No one's been around the north east side of the valley for ages, I assume.
Okay, and one last option is we go to Summerton and we throw ourselves on the mercy of some random enchanter and ask them if they can, like, do a divination on where our friends are. If we can't find them. That's also an option.
Yeah.
But, yeah, fine, let's leave a message with the friar, leave a message with the manor, and then, because they're the two most obvious people to talk to, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the manor and the friar. We could even leave one with the barkeeper, but he's obviously a busybody and he's going to read it.
Yeah,
Yep.
so no.
I don't trust him. So, yeah.
Yep. So I guess we resupply and leave some messages, and I guess what do other people think about where we should be heading?
I'm happy to follow what you said as the tracker. I feel like we're going to waste a lot of time, but I'm not against wasting time.
What do you think, Sean?
Sorry, I was only half listening. So the options was go back to the Laughing Woods and try and track from there,
or head to like Summerton.
No. Or head to Summerton, or head just straight to the Len. That's what I actually advocated for.
Head to the Lantern, did you say?
Where we're supposed to be meeting our other friends, and where we were told where we're running very late for.
Yeah, that's where we were actually heading. Where the goblin was telling us to go.
What? Do we know where the Grove Fossicles are?
Yes.
So is that?
Yeah. See the map?
Yeah.
That's where they encountered them, but I didn't think that was where the tower was. Do we know
So
where we're heading?
that was to do with the guys who were trying to take the
Yeah, and they told us where to
two
go.
brothers or whatever.
Yes. Yeah, the two brothers.
Yeah, Seven Braden.
Where did they tell us to go?
But you will remember that the goblin that you recently met told you to go to the Grove of Icicles.
Yeah, that's why. That's why we
okay.
were heading there.
Cool.
Yeah, but the other guys are up near the foothills there.
Yeah,
Weren't
they're
they?
headed
Or
towards
mountain.
this. Well,
They're heading north from the west side of the Laughing Lords, heading up towards the big.
No, I meant the rendezvous of the brothers was up around Henry Lark or whatever that is.
Yeah, it was.
Which is next to the Grove of Icicles.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So yeah, well, we were supposed to be going there, but I still think that we should at least make an attempt to find our friends before heading that way.
I suspect the track's just going to get to the river and then disappear.
It's
I mean-
entirely possible. But what are we going to do about that?
As
I
you were
mean-
discussing this, the tavern door will open again, and Mr. Warris, the manager of Lady Phileas's estate, will enter in. He has a determined look upon his face. Brow is furrowed. He will look around, see you, and move in a very straight line towards you.
Hello, Mr. Warris.
Morning again. Look, I'm sorry before for slamming the door in your face. I was worried. But it looks like, well, it looks like she's okay. So I have you to thank for that. I've gathered some information from what went on, but not much. In time, I'm sure she'll be able to regale me with the full tale. However, look, I don't want you to think that your actions have gone unheralded. We are all very grateful for what you have done, at least those of us who know enough to know what's going on. So, look, he will reach into his pocket and pull out a small leather purse and place it on the table. Look, please take this as an estimation of my kind regards to you. And then he will look around, nod his head curtly, and turn and head back out.
Mr. Warris, just before you go, could you
Right,
please
yes.
take a message for us? Give a message for us?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Can we leave that message with him then? To say, oh, God damn it, we don't even know what our message is. We'll leave a message with him once we've worked it out.
We'll meet. I think the broad consensus was we'll meet you at the Grove of Icicles.
Was
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. That'd be the way. If they come back here, go to the Grove of Icicles. Because if we go find them, it's fine. But if we can't find them when we head past Laughing
That's
Woods,
fine.
then we're going
That's
to go to
what
the
I
Grove of
wanted anyway.
Icicles.
So if everybody's saying go to the Grove of Icicles, I'm for it. Yay, that's great. Yep, that's the message. Meet us at the Grove of Icicles.
You want me to meet you at the Grove of Icicles?
No. If any companions turn up as a member of our group,
Oh, thank God.
who's not here, just
God.
pass on the message. We've gone to the Grove of Icicles. Meet us.
Thank you.
And
I
we'll-
thought you wanted
and
me to
we'll
go to the
give-
Grove of Icicles. There's bandits up there,
Oh
aren't
no, that will be most of towards.
So
of you-
any other
of us in the-
adventurers that come here asking after you, and if they come to see me, I tell them to go to the Grove of Icicles.
Well, we will give we'll give them general descriptions of Jaquan and
Why?
Tadar.
If they're looking for us, yeah, sure. Send them to the Grove of Icicles. If they're trying to hunt us down to kill us, fine. Grove of Icicles. Get some money out of them if they're trying to kill us. Like, who cares?
So, you want
It's
me
when
to
they
send,
stop trying and succeed that's
you want me to
worrying.
send any adventurers that come looking for you to the Grove of Icicles? I think I
Perfect.
can do that. Have a good
100%.
day.
Thanks
And
very
he will
much.
turn and he will move out.
He's
What was
obviously in a bit of a
inside
hurry.
bag he left behind?
All right. Well, let's see what the job is worth.
So you open up, there were 10 platinum pieces in it,
Nice.
and a small ring made of gold set with a single sapphire. Small sapphire, but set with a single sapphire.
Sapphires are expensive.
It looks like a female's ring. That's fairly fine.
Well,
All right.
we should buy enough horses to fit a Volda.
Avada.
Vada. Sorry.
Well, we're going to try and get that back, are we?
Well, I mean, What if we're headed up that way anyway? We may as well, right?
How many of us are here in the group right now?
Mm,
Also, I always wanted a Vada.
You can all
We
be
have
together.
four PCs and then the two
retainers.
retainers.
So that's like 2 platinum each, plus 2 left over.
I mean, the retainers aren't getting a total share, are they?
I wouldn't have thought so,
I think
no.
they get a flat. I'm pretty sure they just get a. I think we've only agreed to give them a flat rate.
Yep.
Yeah, that is what we agreed. Unless they did stuff, they have to fight. Well, mine has to fight for him to get a share of my gold. But yes, otherwise
not-
he gets a flat rate.
Yeah, but it's a share of your gold, not the party. Not the
Correct.
party's gold.
That is correct.
That's how retainers work, yeah. So okay, but anyway,
So we have to split those 2 platinum pieces up.
between four people, yes, technically 5 because we can save 2 for Kruber. I mean for Jaquan if we find him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, who's going to hold them for Jaquan?
I can do that.
will. I guess that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'm probably better at not being stolen off me, if that.
Okay.
If that's anything. But I'm also the thief, so just giving me money may or may not be a good idea.
I
Yeah.
don't care, it's not mine.
Sure.
taking the ring?
You can keep it.
Actually,
how much
I'll
is
take the ring.
Sorry?
How much is
I'll take the ring.
No, I was the other person.
Aaron.
How much are horses to buy?
So you're going to struggle to buy a horse within Don Duran. You
Yeah.
might have to pay exceedingly high for that because horses are hard to come by, and people who have them generally have them for a reason.
Yeah.
So you can go and, like, Somerton has a livery stable where you could go and purchase from, but in here you're going to be purchasing them from civilians or the like. So let's have a look how much one would normally cost. So a riding horse or a draft horse.
Just a draft.
Draft horse would normally set you about 40 gold pieces. In here you could get one for 100. Sorry, not 180. How did I double 40 and get 100? Jesus Christ. Math's not me good.
While we're in town, also, I'll go to the constabulary and hand in the 2 lizard heads that we have.
Sure. So you'll be able to get your bounty for those.
Thank you.
So
How much is that?
that was 10 gold
20.
each, I believe.
20 gold,
Yep,
so a little bit
miscellaneous
towards
mods.
the beautiful horses. Horsies.
Are we bothering buying horses? I think we should bother.
I don't think we should bother.
Like they'll. I mean, they won't slow us down, but it's just something else we have to worry about. I feel like speed is of the essence now.
You don't want the wagon.
No.
Not particularly.
Was
it's
the wagon
nothing-
intact?
Yes. Well, the wagon wasn't. The Vardo was.
The
The
Vardal was.
Vardo, sorry.
The wagon was
The
damaged.
Vardo's what I want, not the wagon bed.
Why?
Okay, that's because it carries stuff. You can put stuff in it. It's good to stay out of the rain.
It's also
I
Lady
can put all my
Filius's
spell
Vardo.
books in it.
Yeah, it's also literally
Sorry? It's also what?
Lady Filius's Vardo, so you'd have to, like,
I know, I can
paint it.
return it also. That's the other thing.
or paint it, put like some, some stripes down the sides.
I feel like
Racing-
that is an
racing
entire
stripes.
waste of time that we don't need to do.
Yeah, I'm agreeing there.
Yeah. Grand
that-
Theft Caravan?
Why not?
But I don't think we need to drag along a caravan after us that doesn't seem to be conductive whatsoever. Especially because we're mainly going across country, Like we get to the road sometimes, but then we wander into bloody woods and shit. How are we gonna bring it along then?
You don't. That's why I hired the guard. You leave it on the road with the guard. You go off adventuring. You come back to it at the road.
You could
You
hire
can, like,
yourselves
put-
a caravan
You can put
driver.
loot in it.
That would be lovely,
You realise-
except if you don't notice, we don't have a guard at the moment, and we're missing many more things.
Moment.
How,
Okay.
just a quick question: how much stuff have you guys put on the donkeys that we don't have anymore?
Lots.
Yeah, fair bit.
It's all gone with the donkey.
Yeah, that's my point.
That's fine.
I think
It's all written down on my sheet as donkey, so that's fine. I'm missing a weapon, but I don't generally use it, so that's
I'm
okay.
missing a quiver of arrows.
A few bits and pieces.
Yeah, no, my spare quiver's on my minion, so that's fine.
No one's
Yeah,
missing Jaquan.
I think exactly. Not to mention
I'm
Japan.
missing like 2 of my spell books, which is annoying.
Yeah, I think we should be focused on trying to find our companions first before anything else. Before we worry about the Krina Keep or the Vada or just anything.
I concur.
I think we should
Okay.
buy supplies, go to sleep, and then leave early in the morning tomorrow.
I messaged Rowan and said they left you.
Oh.
Yep. Well, he left us as well, so. Alright, fine. We don't need to go after the Var.
Well, the good thing is, if the Vardo's left where it is, it may stay there for some time. Might get a little bit,
exactly.
covered in mud and gunk and bird crap, but you probably always return. Give it a fresh lick of paint. Dig it out of the mire that it may find itself in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what retainers are for, isn't it? Give them a shovel, say, hop to it.
I guess. Alright.
Cool. So we'll buy some, I guess, rations and stuff. That's what I need.
Already
Some
did
more
that.
fresh ones.
Nailed it.
Alright. And then you can advise what your plans are going to be. You're heading back to look for your friends, are you?
Yep. Starting up at the Laughing Woods, on where we left them, and then from there, wherever the trek takes us, I guess.
Okay.
Depending on what we find.
Right. Is that the consensus for the group? I ask because we'll finish it now and I will prepare for the next session knowing what is coming.
I was just going to cast Detect Magic on the ring in the morning after resting.
Okay. So, that's fine. You can do so in the morning after resting if you guys are going to stay in Don Duran for one night. Is that going to be the consensus? Because I can tell Henry the result of his spell now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm happy for that.
The ring is magical, but faintly.
Intriguing.
There's nothing to see here. Except a small
really?
magical aura around the ring.
Lovely.
Can I get any sense of what the aura is?
Magic.
Okay.
Yep.
You can always slip it on a finger and see what happens, see where the world takes you.
Remember what happened last time that we did that?
It wasn't you, it was Jeremy, wasn't it?
It was.
Nothing bad happened to him.
No, it worked out really well for him. Couldn't have been a better character.
He got a bunch of bonuses, heaps of bonuses, and also turned into an undead abomination the rest of the group wanted to kill.
But so many bonuses.
Details.
He watched his own eyes melt from the inside. Anyway, that's where we will end the session.
Yep, sounds good.
Yep.
Cool.
God.
And first game of the new decade. Huzzah.
Lucky us.
Hey, we didn't die.
I mean, the most of us.
Yes.
It's not like you've ever had something bad happen when a party member's gone wandering off previously.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It's all good. Jaquan is super trustworthy. Anyway. We shall see. Alright, thank you for the game.
No, thank you.
No, thanks, Julian.
Alright.
Yeah. Cheers.
shall return to the launching page, and I shall see you all next time.
Yep.
Cheers.
See you
All
then.
right.
Bye.